Thank you so much for joining us for our song and story today. We have something special planned and we hope you enjoy. Glad to have Daddy with us today. He and Nathaniel have been enjoying playing a song and singing the song Nearer My God to Thee. We want to share it with you. So one of the books we wanted to share with you today is Jesus Heals the Centurion's Servant.
They had the same book.
This book was written by Joanne Bader and illustrated by Jenny Williams. Long ago in Capernaum, a city near the sea, there lived a very special man. So good and kind was he. This man was a centurion, the captain of a group. 100 Roman fighting men were in his army troop. He was a very caring man, though he was not a Jew. He built a synagogue for them, a worthwhile thing to do. Now one day his loyal servant became so very sick. It seemed that he would die quite soon. He needed help, and quick. The captain of the Roman troops knew what Jesus could do. He'd heard of Jesus' miracles, that he'd healed people too. Nathaniel, do you think that Jesus could heal the servant and make him better?
Yeah.
Think so? So the captain went to Jesus and humbly begged of him, "Dear Lord, my servant is so sick, the outlook is quite grim. The man is paralyzed," he cried, "and suffering terribly." He knew that Jesus would be kind and listen to his plea. "I'll come right now and heal the man." That's just what Jesus said, for he was willing to help him, so he'd be well instead. But the centurion replied, "Lord, I don't have the nerve to let you come under my roof. It's more than I deserve." Then he exclaimed, "Just say the word, my servant will be healed." In this one sentence that he spoke, his great faith was revealed. When Jesus heard the captain's words, he marveled in surprise. He replied to those around, "This man is very wise. I have not found such faith as this in all of Israel. Let it be done as you've believed. Your servant is now well." When the centurion went home, the news he heard was good. His trusted servant had been healed, as Jesus said he would. A miracle, that's what it was. It showed our Savior's power. The servant who was near to death was healed that very hour. It would be great if you and I would follow this man's lead and put our faith and trust in God for everything we need. Dear Lord, please give us faith like his and make us humble too, so that we always ask your help in all things that we do. Jesus Heals the Centurion's Servant. It is by Laura Rankin. It's called Fluffy and Barren. Let's see.
Well, to this one.
One summer day, someone new waddled into Barron's life. Her name was...
I don't know.
What's Barron and... Fluffy?
Fluffy.
Yeah. Barron had to share his food with her and his water. At night, she even followed him to his favorite sleeping place. They became... Yep. Every day the two of them played together. Barron was good at tag. Fluffy was great at hide and seek. Both of them were terrific at squirrel chasing and fly snapping. Yeah. You say fly snapping?
Fly snapping.
Got it. As the summer passed, Fluffy grew bigger and bigger. By autumn, she was a full-grown duck. She and Baron stayed close and warm together all winter long. What do you see outside, Nathaniel?
No.
Snow, you're right.
We are gonna have snow again.
We will next winter. Then spring arrived, and 3 wild ducks landed in the pond. Fluffy watched, waddling back and forth toward the newcomers, then back to Baron again. But finally, Fluffy couldn't resist joining the other ducks. Suddenly, Baron had no one to play with. Do you think he was lonely?
But he had some duck with him.
Yeah, but the ducks wouldn't play with him. They were all playing with Fluffy. Poor Baron. When it was time for dinner, Fluffy still hadn't returned. Baron had to eat alone. For the next 3 nights, Fluffy didn't curl up with Baron in their favorite sleeping place. How does Baron look?
Yeah.
He does look sad, doesn't he? He's lost his friend. Fluffy gonna come back?
Yeah.
Then the wild ducks flew away. Baron tried to play with Fluffy, but she was too busy making a nest. She laid 9 eggs in it, then gently settled herself on top and waited for them to hatch. Yeah. Let's see. 4 weeks later, there were ducklings. Fluffy wanted Baron to be the first one to meet them. Baron's tail wagged and wagged. Fluffy's tail wagged a lot too.
And they had friends now.
They had friends now, that's right. At last it was time to play again. Oh, what fun they had. How does Baron look now?
Happy.
He does look happy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That evening, Baron led the way to dinner. Never had he shared a happier meal. That looks like fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
After such a busy day, everyone was eager to snuggle in together and fall asleep. Baron felt cozy and warm in his favorite sleeping place, with 9 brand new friends, and best of all, his old friend, Fluffy. The end.
Read it.
Let's see. Fluffy and Baron is based on many happy memories of my childhood pets who really were best friends. Baron was a long-haired German Shepherd, and Fluffy was a Pekin duck. Pekins are a breed of domestic ducks related to the mallard. In the story, mallard ducks are the wild ducks who visit the pond. Mallards can be found throughout the world, and although wild, are very adaptable. Some even raise their young in human habitats like city ponds, lakes, and reservoirs. There are many differences between wild ducks and domestic ducks. Domestic ducks, like all pets, have been bred truly to rely on humans for their care. It is extremely difficult for them to survive in the wild. All right, pop off the book so we can show them the cover. Fluffy and Baron. That was a good story, wasn't it, Nathaniel? Yeah. Watching our song and story today. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Come back again, we'll see you soon.